These are 5 defenses to stream in Week 4. Number 1 is the Detroit Lions. Fresh off of a 7-sack performance against the very mobile Lamar Jackson, they now get a very immobile Joe Flacco, whose 5 turnovers are tied for the league lead. This has an Aiden Hutchinson game written all over it, and I think the Lions may have found a bookend for him. Al-Quadin Muhammad looks legit, and his 3.5 sacks are tied for the 3rd most in the league. Even though Detroit hasn't generated a lot of turnovers and are coming off of a short week, I still like their odds of turning in a top 10 performance. As an added bonus, they get Jake Browning and the Bengals next week, who's tossed 5 interceptions in less than 2 games of action. Number 2 on the list is the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers defense has been stout this year. They've stymied Patrick Mahomes, Geno Smith, and Bo Nix. And now they face off against a rookie in Jackson Dart and a New York Giants team that is desperately trying to stave off a 0-4 start. Now Dart does present a dual threat element that the Giants haven't had, and there isn't much tape on him, so he very well could find some success. But like most rookie quarterbacks on struggling teams, I'm anticipating him enduring some growing pains. The Chargers have allowed the 8th fewest yards per game, and have still managed to rally without Khalil Mack. Number 3 on the list is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars have quietly had 3 takeaways in each of their games this season, giving them 9 this year, a league best. And yes, this has come against some softer competition in the Panthers, Bengals, and Texans, but this defense has been aggressive and should continue their ball hawking ways. They're quietly the 3rd highest scoring defense in fantasy this year, and now they get a San Francisco 49ers offense that has been ravaged with injuries. Number 4 on the list is the New England Patriots. The Patriots are tied for the 4th most sacks and are tied for the 9th most fantasy points scored by a defense this year. And were it not for the offense basically giving the game away last week with 5 untimely turnovers, they could easily be 2-1. They get the Panthers at home this week, who won very convincingly against Atlanta in Week 3, but Bryce Young had very little to do with it, providing no touchdowns through the air or on the ground. What's more is that he's only eclipsed the 155-yard passing mark once this season, and that was largely due to garbage time. And the Patriots have allowed the 2nd fewest rushing yards this season, so the Panthers will likely be forced to lean on their young signal caller's arm if they want to win this game. Number 5 on the list is the Washington Commanders, who turned in 5 sacks and a special team score against Las Vegas last week. And now they'll head to Atlanta and face off against Michael Penix, who has looked pretty lackluster the last 2 weeks, throwing no touchdowns and 2 interceptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown. He struggled against a middling Carolina defense last week, and now he gets the Commanders defense that just proved that they have the talent up front to take over a game. Dorrance Armstrong has gotten off to a hot start, recording a sack in each of the first 3 contests, and it wouldn't be surprising to see him extend that streak to 4. Those are 5 defenses to consider streaming in Week 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know which defenses you think we should keep an eye on in the comments below.